Hello folks, Jared here and welcome back to RacingGamerSlovenia. And well, yesterday we took a look at two Honda Civics, and today we will be taking a look at the car which you can currently see on the loading screen, that of course being the NSX GT3 LE. I'm not sure why LE, but then again I am really terrible with car I guess abbreviations, so whatever. Anyways, this is now maxed, and it is a low 1681 or a high 1681 max, so that's a thing to keep in mind. And these are actually surprisingly cheap. I actually got both the Race Tourer and the NSX for 20 bucks on the release day. That's mainly because everyone's trying to, get the platinum cards, I guess, the gold, the silver, and the bronze one that you can currently get in the Honda crates. Anyways, this one does also have the new Spark rims for the Honda crates, which is actually, I actually do quite like the design of that. Anyways, this is now maxed. And well, what do you think of it? I guess it's interesting, I do quite like the looks of the new NSX, and I actually didn't try one of those yet. Anyways, we're gonna go over the max setup here. As you guys can see, it does upgrade exactly like the Honda Civic SI-RE, which upgrades exactly like the D-Class Civics. So this is pretty much common sense. It does upgrade like any standard D-Class car. So, let's just get this over with. I'm gonna, speed this up. But anyways, this car, well, it definitely looks nice, and it's actually capable of hitting 6.7s, maybe even 6.6s, I'm not exactly sure. Unfortunately, it is a bit tricky to drive, and we'll get to that. Actually, did a whole lot of races in preparation for this video, and, well, it's gonna be difficult because I will have to record how to race this on the phone because AirShow is still not working. I'm not sure if it will be this week. But good news in terms of, racing hours being fixed. You guys somehow did it, and apparently the visuals from the 5.3 update will be, released, not released, just, reversed back, and this, new graphics is just gonna be an option in a few days, so I can't wait for the patch. Even though the game is now completely smooth on the iPad when racing, in Garage it's still laggy, but when I'm racing it is actually quite nice, so that's not something that's on my phone, and I'm quite worried that I'll have to, recreate what I did on the iPad off camera on my phone now. But oh my god, I almost dropped my phone there, holy shit, I'm so clumsy. Anyways, let's see how this car drives. Now this car uses something which is called a mixed drop launch, and well, it's pretty much a technique used on cars which you have to release before the launch light lights up, and I'll show you guys vaguely how to drive it. I am really terrible at this, but wow, we get into a bot lobby, which is super nice. And also, this is actually a surprisingly good car for you to actually learn how to do that. So let me just show you guys. Now usually with a car you would just rev up instantly, but with this you wait. Something like that, and that was a really poor showing of what you do, but it gets the point across. Pretty much at the beginning of the race you do not instantly rev up because you will not be able to get a perfect launch. If you do, or you will with a very shitty reaction time like I did there. But pretty much what I do is I just wait until the first light lights up, and then I rev with this car in particular to 4,500 RPM, and then I just let it drop and aim for a good reaction time, and it will get the perfect launch early enough. And this car, I think it gives the best results when shifting at around 8,500 RPMs. Okay, I almost messed that up. Okay, holy shit, I am not very good at this. It's actually not lagging too bad, that's nice. As you guys can see, I did hit some rev limiters there, but this car, I mean, as far as, mixed drop launching goes, it's actually tolerable, I guess, because you have the AMG crate dime thing, which that's I cannot get any good rounds with that. But this, I mean, minus the shitty reaction times, which when you practice this, I did like 10 rounds of this and I'm still not very used to it, especially not on this device. It's just I mean, it's actually surprisingly fun learning something new, but it is quite frustrating at times, but still, you know, I would not suggest pink slip in this. Okay, I mean, shitty reaction times. I think the best reaction time I did have with this car is like 0.07, so really not too impressive, but I did hit a very low 6.8 with this before. Obviously, on this device I will not be getting anything too great, but as you guys can see, that would be a 6.7 without that shitty reaction time, so there's that. There are some people who practice the mixed up launch a lot, and you can actually get very consistent with it, even more consistent than you would with, let's say, normal launching car. For example, the car which uses this technique, the Benz which I was talking about, the Crate AMG GT3, can actually, you know, hit 6.5s. Now obviously this car is not as fast as that, and it will not exactly be used in pinks very often, but it is something different, and I actually surprisingly like that. Okay, the shifting is a bit laggy, so just excuse that. This car does rev up to 9,000 RPM, and as you guys can see, I didn't actually get any traction losses there, which, you know what, all the reaction times were complete shit, but I did still get the point across, so I'll just, you know, leave that there. Pretty much, mixed jump launch is definitely something interesting, and I tried a few cards which use this technique, for example the Firebird 3 edition, the Benz yet again. Then there was the F40, which I actually didn't, you know, do the drop launch on. I mean, the mixed drop launch, I didn't try that. But this card appears to be the easiest of the bunch. So pretty much, as soon as the first light lights up, I'll just repeat that, you rev up to 4,500 RPM. Then you just let drop and launch like you would on a normal car. And it actually, I used to think that this was, you know, very ineffective against light laggers. Okay, I messed it up completely, just excuse that. I did not rev high enough. 4,000 will not give you a perfect launch at all, but 4.5 or something just slightly harder than that will. And it's actually not too precise, this car, because I did, you know, many weird runs, and I still somehow got a perfect launch. Okay, not a perfect launch, but you know, the fast launch, the one without the shitty reaction time, that's what I was trying to say. So there is that. I mean, I guess my opinion on the car, it's different. I will not be pink slipping it because my reaction times are simply not good enough with this car, or you know, with cars that launch like this in general. But it's surprisingly fun, and if you guys just want to do some free runs and you really like the way this car looks, go pick it up. It's actually surprisingly cheap, you know, for a car which was just released, and it's also R2 class. And it can do 6.7, so it is competitive. And if you're good with the mixed drop launch, you guys might be even to, you know, get yourself some, you know, unsuspecting R-class cars. So, you know, to win pinks against. Anyways, not a bad car. I'll give it a 8 out of 10, just for being slightly different in terms of racing, but still being somehow awesome. So, thank you guys for watching. My name is Jerry, and I'll see you in the next video. Please leave, you know, a suggestion for future videos. If not, I'll probably just review the NSX R, you know, the freaking Racer Club one, which I mean, I wonder what this one's actually gonna be like, because I actually do quite like the way it looks. Oh well. Anyways, bye.